Hey, Nelson George, another Follow the Sound. As you can see, I'm on the corner of East 2nd Street, Joey Ramone Place. The reason it's called Joey Ramone Place is that CBGB's is across the street and down the block from where I'm standing. But the building behind me is of more interest. It's now an Italian restaurant, but from like 1973 to 1980, it was called the Tin Palace. It was a spot that was started by a writer who wanted to support new directions in jazz. Um, Sort of like Slugs had been back in the day, but trying to be more progressive and deal with the new voices that were happening at the time. And it started out very well. And then two people moved in upstairs. One was the saxophonist David Murray, and the other was a guy who was at the time a poet and a drummer named Stanley Crouch. They were both expats from California. They wanted to come to New York, be part of the music scene here. And the fact they moved upstairs from this club was very fortuitous for them. A, because obviously they love music and they would be in here all the time. But B, because Stanley was an aspiring critic. And over time he began helping book the shows here, particularly Sunday afternoons. They'd have a Sunday afternoon jazz listening thing. And it attracted everyone from Martin Scorsese to avant-garde musician Anthony Braxton. It was a real gathering spot for many. Leroy Jones, aka Miri Baraka, came in here regularly. So this Tin Palace was a spot where both traditional jazz, but also some of the leading edges in music in the 70s were here. And one of the most important bands that actually made one of their debuts here in New York was the World Saxophone Quartet, an innovative group of four saxophones that sort of pushed the envelope on what you could do with those instruments. So the Tin Palace, a great location, part of this amazing scene of both the loft jazz thing that was happening around here, punk rock was happening down the block, so it was a hell of a place to be. I got a chance to come through, I think once or twice when I was a young writer, and I think at the time the music was a little bit over my head, and now I appreciate it, and the fact that it's gone very deeply. Nelson George was another Follow the Sound, more to come.